Guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're having a great day wherever you're at. I'm back here with more awesome action figures. This time Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers, Blanka from, again, Street Fighter 2 for me, from Storm Collectibles. I got my copy from Big Bad Toy Store. I think right now this retails for around $110. I may have gotten it for slightly less than that. I don't recall. It's been a while back since I finished paying this, and it was in my pile of loot for a while. But I know with the tariff craziness, things have gone up in prices. But really nice box, pretty big size box. So if you are getting this, be ready for that. It's bigger than most of the other Storm Collectible boxes that I've gotten. But here's Blanka. The different accessories, the faces, the electric effects, and the different posters you can put this guy in. So definitely looking forward to getting this added to the collection here. Pretty awesome looking figure. Okay, so let's move on here with Blanka. Out of the box, all the accessories. You get the awesome background there, which is based on the Street Fighter 2, or in this case specifically Ultra Street Fighter 2. So again, really nice to use for your display or for posing purposes. Let's put Blanka down here. Moving on with the accessories, the basic ones, of course, you get 5 pairs of extra hands. These right here are the ones that he came with. These are just his fists, just your standard fist there that you do get with this guy. You get reaching out hands, I want to say, or grasping or grabbing hands. You get a pair of those. You get a pair of palm hands made out of this softer rubber. Green. Everything kind of matches up really well with the rest of the figure, skin complexion wise, and you got some nice detailing there on the palms. Same thing here. Again, these are very similar to the ones I just showed you, a bit more relaxed, I guess. You've got at least some nice detailing there on the nails. I think they're doing like a yellow or lighter green. And then you've got these, again, another pair of hands, I guess more grasping or grabbing type hands. And these are your standard ball joints that you just pull out like you get with all other Storm Collectible figures. I guess, the other nice accessory, which is a nice display piece here, is his electricity ring, right? Obviously, if you're a Blanka or a Street Fighter fan, you know one of Blanka's famous moves is his electricity shock, where you just jam the button really fast. So you get this nice ring of, it's a decent plastic here made of green and clear. And you've got some nice, I guess, white paint there. You've got sections here that are keyed, and that's for the actual effects to go keyed in here. Looks like you can, look at the shape of the little section here and be able to put the effect in. So that's something you have to work on. And again, this kind of just sits like that. And that works together with these. You get 2 of these soft plastic clear see-through here. And then as mentioned, you've got your little sections here that get tabbed into the base. You got 1, 2, 3 here. Again, they look really cool. They do the part really well. Looks like you could see the sections here though, where this was, I guess, separate pieces, and they glued it together here and here. So again, you can't tell there that these are separate pieces, but again, that goes in there with that. I'll mess around with that later. And you get, again, another one, so you get 2 sides. Again, they are very pliable, soft plastic. Just be really careful with not stressing this too much. And again, you've got little sections here, 1, 2, 3, that go attached to the base. You just gotta match the shapes and attach them really well. Again, just be really careful not to stress this too much. It is softer plastic, again, done in this nice clear and green plastic. So again, that's really cool because Blanka, I think anybody who thinks of Blanka thinks of this one specific move. Now, the other things that you do get is, as you guys can see, there is heads. You get 3 of them in total. Let's start with this one. This is your basic, I guess, neutral kind of look for Blanka here. The expression, I think, is done really well. You've got a bit of a serious, kind of not smiling look. You've got line work. You've got some subtle shading and painting, so it's not all just flat green. So you do get some nice detailing there. The hair is what I love here about the Blanka figure. I think it's done really well. Kind of reminds me of Sonic, just in orange. But you've got this softer plastic edges, all nice and sharp. And then it's kind of harder plastic here. And again, it's not just all like orange. You've got some line work and some darker paint here and there to give it the nice you know, volume there, and you've got the head, the socket, the hole for the to switch the heads out. So again, simple issue is just pulling the head out and putting a new one in. So that's one head, really well done. Next head here is a screaming one, yelling, whatever you want to call it. Again, the expressions done really well. You could see some of the tongue and the teeth there. I think that's done well enough at this scale or size. You got the eyes there, and again, you got his brow, which is pretty well done. And again, from the side, I think this head looks really cool. Very similar in style to this other head. The hair does seem to be a bit more up in this case, but especially by the forehead here. This seems to be sticking up a little more, which again makes sense. So these parts here are all harder plastic, and then once you start getting in the middle here, this is all softer like rubber, but again, it's well done. Similar style line work and the detailing, the shading, and yeah, pretty cool. And lastly, has to be one of my favorite heads here for Blanka is this one. This is his I guess looser portrait, right? I think anybody who's played Street Fighter 2, if you have, at the end, usually after you lose, or you know, they show the fighters kind of all beat up and damaged. In this case, Blanka has his tongue out, his eyes are popping out of his head, and you've got the you know, bruises with the red paint and the little line work there to denote that poor Blanka didn't win this match. I love this head because it's just so silly. You know, of course, if you want to display him in a dazed animation or his losing animation, well, there you go. They give you the option to do that. Again, very similar, except the hair is kind of now more slicked back in this case. So it is, if you compare it to his yelling head, here you could see that the hair is more, you know, flat and laying down in comparison, right, to the other head, which kind of makes sense. This is a losing expression here. And again, very similar style as the other hair. It's done really well. So that is it for the accessories. So now we can concentrate on Blanka here. Just have him kind of just standing there in a very basic pose. So let's see if I can move this guy back slightly. And just starting off with the head, again, they've managed to capture Blanka really well here in plastic. This particular head, he's kind of grimacing or what have you, or just kind of angry. The eyes, I think, are done really well. Again, the hair, pretty similar to the other heads. The body, you've got a lot of similar paint work and line work to give it shading, so to give it that more depth, etc. So you see there, his chest hair and his forearm hairs all match his the hair on his head, and then of course you got little hair details there on the feet there. But really cool. It's done really well. You've got the shorts there in the brown, and then as you spin this guy around, you could see here similar details there on the back. I'll bring this guy in a little closer so you guys can see him. But yeah, really cool. Let me move this background out up close here. The details on this guy. You got the head. Here's the back, and if you move the head slightly down, you could see some of the back muscles. Again, done really well. The shorts, you could see the packets, wrinkles, and it does have some you know, sculpting there, so it's not just flat brown, you know, to give it, I guess, a bit of that khaki type short or look. And you've got the little tears, details, etc. So really well done. Again, the muscular build in this guy, really cool. Again, not plain by any means. If you've gotten other Storm Collectible figures, I think you'll be very happy with this one. I think they've done a great job here with the color and the shade of green. I mean, this is pretty much Blanka. He looks really cool. These sections here on the bottom are separate pieces, so you can move them around if you need be when posting the figure. And they're done in like a, I guess these are supposed to be kind of metal, so they look kind of dingy and you know, rusted in a way. But yeah, overall, I am very happy with the details on Blanka here. Articulation wise, again, very Storm Collectibles. This upper section up here is soft rubber. Again, that's to help you put this guy in some poses. And then this bottom torso section is all the harder plastic. So starting off here with the head, he can look down a nice ways and then look up. The hair kind of gets in the way. I guess you could utilize the neck joint a bit to help him look up. And also there's a joint here, so if you wanted to utilize that to have them sort of like looking up, you can. So you can do that. So you can move the head fully around. The hair kind of gets in the way. You're just gonna have to move it. I mean, I don't know why you would want to move it further than that, but you can. You know, I guess. Here again, you can look up, you can look down. The shoulders here, again, you have your standard Storm Collectible shoulders. You can put them up that much. You got your bicep articulation here. You got an extra joint here that you can use to move around. A bit of a, I guess, what do you call this, butterfly? So he can flex in and also flex out as needed. So that'll help with the posing, certainly. I mentioned the bicep. The here, the elbow, again, you get full double joint, which you get some nice poses, way more than 90. So again, that's really cool. The arms here, sorry, the hands, you can, these are on ball joints, so you can move them up and down. You can do left and right and fully turn them around, full 360 if need be. Here he can turn this fully around if need be at the waist. There is also an additional joint here. I don't know that many Storm Collectible figures that I have this kind of joint. I'm assuming this is to help with the crouching sort of pose that he does when he does his electric attack, but you can utilize that to pretty much have him look down quite a bit and then also look up. Just be really careful you don't pull things too far. You can turn the waist fully around, 360 all the way around if you needed to. So again, this upper part of the his shorts here or his waist is all soft plastic, again, to help with the articulation. He can kick probably about that much, and he can kick back about that much. You'll see the starts to bunch up here with the rubber. He can kick pretty ways here. You just got to make sure you don't get things stuck. And then as you kick forward, to show you some of the double jointed knees, again, he can do some, it's got some nice range there on the knees. And as I mentioned, these ankle bracelets here are loose, they're separate, and you do get your you know, your ankle articulation. You can move these all the way around, it looks like, just about. Just be really careful, and you can move these left and right, and you've got your your toe articulation on both legs here. So if you want to utilize that, again, pretty cool. So I think posability wise, you will be able to get this guy in some really nice poses. Just before we get to the some of the poses, I want to show you guys how I put together this ring of electricity. It is a bit of a trial and error. You'll see, you know, once things fit in place, usually you want to attach the two ends first and then the middle on each side. Here you'll see these two are kind of overlapping. I don't know if you could see that. So there's one section attached here, and then the other section is like right in front of it. I don't know if this will help anyone, but just in case, I know I had a bit of a trouble getting everything in place, but once you do, this is pretty much what you end up with, and it does look really cool. I'm gonna see, I think it'll look really nice with some LED light work in the back or underneath. I think it'll look really nice. And then that kind of leads us into our posability here. Just want to show off here Mr. Blanka here. So he's in a bit of a crouch pose, doing his electric attack here. Don't know how to place him there, maybe like that, like so. It's kind of leaning forward, but yeah, so this is the I guess the pose that you could use this effect for, and I think it really does work. I think it does the job for me of what they were going for here. Again, you can place your figure any kind of direction if you want within the electricity circle. You know, you can move him around like such, I guess, just to maybe you want to have his face kind of facing out and the electric effects kind of going out more on the off to the side. But yeah, I think that looks really cool in my book there. And here, just to give you a bit of idea of the articulation here on Blanka, got him in a basic pose there, switched out the hands there to, I guess, some more action ready hands in comparison to the fists. Was able to utilize, you know, the ankle articulation, the knees, and no issues. I think he stands there pretty well. He's pretty stable. Again, looking pretty cool, very Blanka-like, and of course loving that background that they've included there. So again, pretty cool pose. And here, of course, I had to go and try and recreate his what do you call it, his dizzy animation. So I switched out the head for that gnarly looking head with the tongue sticking out, switched out the hands. I know he does a little bit of a shake when he's all dizzy and going crazy for taking too much damage. So again, you guys could see here, he can hold up pose pretty well. He's sitting right there on his what is it, the toe or articulation, holding that pose pretty well. But I love that. I love the head. Love that we can get Blanka here to recreate his dizzy pose there. Here's a more simple pose there. Believe this is like his victory pose, where he's like constantly raising his hands and screaming. Again, very basic pose. No issues with putting I think this pose into action. The figure looks pretty cool there. I love that screaming head. Love the hair as well. I think they've done a good job sculpting that, and I think again he looks pretty cool there in his screaming pose. So there you go. And here's one more pose utilizing the ankle, knee articulation there. Switched out the arm, switched out the head again to the screaming expression. And again, this guy looks pretty cool there. I think awesome job there by Storm Collectibles. You can get this guy in some really nice poses there. Love the back muscles there, look really nice once you get this guy posed up, and you guys could see him there fully kneeling. I guess a bit of a superhero pose, or superhero landing as they call it, but he looks very menacing there, kind of launching at his enemies. So let's go ahead and move on with the size comparisons here with Storm Collectibles Blanka. Starting off here with some non-Storm Collectible figures, and this is the Marvel Legends Death's Head. I think this was released in 2024, I want to say, but yeah, I've had this one for a bit in my collection. And then just in case you're interested to see how this guy stacks up against a Transformer, well, that's Megatron from Studio Series 86 movie line. So you guys could see there the height, in case you have are displaying Blanka there with different folks. Moving on, here's one more Transformer. I always have this guy on my desk. This is a Shatterglass Optimus Prime, and then we'll go ahead and add in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is SH Figure Arts, I want to say. I get all these confused. I have so many of them, but yeah, there you go. Moving on here, in case you also do collect Super 7 TMMT figures, that's what Blanka stacks up next to Donatello there from the Super 7 line. We'll move Mikey out. And another Super 7 figure, this is Slash. This is essentially these two are from their line of, I guess, reissues or remakes of the older Playmate toys, or the older toys anyway. So yeah, that's how Blanka stacks up next to those. Then if you want to see what he looks like stacked up next to some Storm Collectible figures, there's Sangi from Ultra Street Fighter 2, I believe, or Super Street Fighter 2, sorry. And then we have Wolf Hawkfield there from Virtua Fighter. Here we have King from their Tekken 7 line, Storm Collectibles, and then on the right we have another Super Street Fighter 2 Ultimate Challengers figure that is Balrog or M. Bison, depending on where you're at. And then showing you here on the left we have, what is it, King of Fighters 97, or Fatal Fury in this case, Geese Howard. And on the right we have Orochi from the King of Fighters 97, although I think the branding on this guy says Ultimate Match, but whatever. So there you go. That's what Blanka looks like next to those two. And one more comparison there. On the left, we have Storm Collectibles Virtua Fighter Akira Yuki. And on the right, we have Ryo Sakazaki from Art of Fighting, although in this case, this is from King of Fighters there. And to wrap it all up, there he is next to Storm Collectibles from Street Rage 4, Axel. And on the right, we've got Liu Kang from their previous Mortal Kombat line. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for the size comparisons here. So we've come to the end of the video. Overall, pretty happy here with Storm Collectibles Blanka from Street Fighter 2. Really nice, decent figure. Comes with some nice accessories, like you see there, the electricity effect that he comes with. And he does look really nice. Looks pretty much the part, pretty much the same standard articulation you get in other Storm Collectible figures, which is to say that it's pretty good. But overall, yeah, really happy to add this to the collection. If you made it to the end of the video, again, thank you so much for your very valuable time. Really appreciate it. And I will catch you in the next video. Take care.